the quasi sage wall-esque, like getting plants and even in diffuse situations, like it can be useful. So yeah, okay, I'm curious to see what they've been cooking, but I'm hesitant to say that I'm excited for the composition as well, Tom, to be honest. I agree with you as well. I think one of the other things is, thinking of Icebox recently, Gecko has just been a staple in my mind. There's some maps like you're on Split. If you're playing Split without like a Viper, for example, it feels like you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. And I almost am starting to think that that's the way that Gecko's operating on this map. So strange to see that this team is avoiding him. In fact, both teams avoiding him. A big Gecko fan of Icebox. Let's see how Harbor works. Early on, you're already seeing that wall to cut off the B control, but the response from BBL is to just sit and wait.
But this is quite a common composition in Americas. In fact, if you look back to the game yesterday, this was played on both sides of NRG and MIBR. For now, though, it's an early pick-off for either side. And with that, Killjoy being down on the attack, there's a lot of the time will cause issues in terms of how much space is able to be taken by that defensive side in rounds like this. So for now, you can see the setup is ready and available over on A for Serial if need be. And for Liquid, the rest of the players just putting some pressure around mid, but it does seem like Levin is about to try and execute in onto the site. Serial has, however, just given it up.
That's a nice passive play, and it's necessary with so much presence on the other side of the map. Patatek and Serial picking up kills. That's a nano swarm. And at this point, okay, BBL, they almost need to play aggressive. They've got to try to pick someone off. I like that attempt. The Sheriffs on the ranged fight, but the shots don't land. Sociable sends the salvos, but the players are already through. They're already wrapping around the back. Sociable has to deal with them, and he only grabs the one. A big play needed by Levin. 96 HP. Pretty healthy. And everyone else, just one shot to the body by the looks of things. There's the first. The defuse up top, steps down below. He's got all the info. The shot, though, it's not landing. He's running out of bullets, and he's running out of time. Team Liquid will pick up the round anyways. And an impressive round from them to start us out.
Yeah, it's moments like that I'm quite glad that we don't have replays, because that was not a pretty final fight from either of the remaining players, but ultimately I don't think the side of Liquid are going to mind too much, winning a lot of those individual fights in this round. Any lurks, any flanks that were being attempted somewhat failed miserably. Now we look what's going to be invested into this round. In fact, I'm seeing Yumpy with a stinger. Have they full bought into this one?
Waiting to see the others pull out their weapons. Yeah, that's looks like another stinger. We got 3. Yep. This is a full investment. BBL on the force buy, on the play towards the A site. There's some Killjoy utility waiting for them. That was